Let's take a look at your occupancy planner and how it all works. You'll find your occupancy planner, third icon down on your toolbar on the left-hand side. Your occupancy planner is an area to give you an overview of each of your rooms, how many spaces you have available, and what children are assigned to that room for that month. You can change your room view by selecting the drop down here. So looking at this room, I can see that it has a room capacity of 12, which I've set under the rooms in my centre settings. Any children that I assign will show up here, depending on the month that they start. If a child isn't starting till a future month, then they won't show up in this system until you choose that month view. So looking at this month, I can see that it's March 2019. I can see a clear list of the children that are assigned to this room, their age, what group they're part of, and how much time they spend in this room. If a child is only in the room for a certain period of the month, then you'll see this change with a decimal point percentage. This means that they may have only been in the room for a few days that month and then moved into a different room. So you'll see this change depending on how long they're in the room. Over here then you can clearly see how many children are in each session for AM and PM by the numbers at the top. This is broken down day by day. Each circle that is highlighted, this is coming from the child's personal profile that you've populated in the enrolment section. If they come full-time, each of the circles will be populated. If they're only part-time, only some of them will be. If a child's enrolment is not filled in, you'll have this red error message saying no enrolment information to please edit. Simply click on the child's name and it'll bring you directly into their enrolment, and this is where you can fill it in. Hit save, and when you go back to your occupancy planner, you'll no longer have that message and the child is now part of the enrolment. On this chart at the top, this shows you what spaces you have available. So this is just feeding from your enrolment that you've put in along with your room capacity. Once you reach capacity, this will change to red just to let you know that you're at your top capacity, but you can still go over that. It's not going to stop you. Changing the year here using the arrows means that you can look into the future and you can clearly see what spaces you have available there as well. Because you can set end dates and start dates for your children, you can keep the system up to date so you have a clear, real view of what spaces you have available. So you may see your numbers go down at the end of June and then they should spike again in September. To set the end date on a child, simply click on their personal details and you would click on Archive User and set an end date here. So if you set a future end date, the system will automatically archive that child on that date, and this will feed into your occupancy planner. Likewise, when you're adding a child, you can add your children that are due to start. So if you've got children that are due to start in, say, September, when you're adding them here, make sure you put their start date with a future start date. This will also feed into your occupancy planner. So in this system here, you should have a clear view of what children are ending in rooms and what children are beginning in rooms. Simply change the month by clicking on it.